$69. Oh, it's on sale. Oh boy, it's only $69 fucking dollars or $30 for these gloves. What? 55. Bro, no. I don't even know how to start this video, but let me just say, a $55 knife? $30 gloves? Or fun, give me the crack pipe. Take a beat here.
Every time you see me, man.
Yeah. Every time I told you, every time I see him, I'll take your crack pipe.
This is not what people meant when they said they wanted direct purchase options. What did you think the problem was, that we wanted to spend way too much money on mediocre artwork faster? The reason the gacha system has been so criticized is because the odds of getting the grand prize are wildly imbalanced, and the cosmetics were insanely overpriced for the generic, uninspired quality on offer. Who is buying these? Like, are you honestly going to tell me there are grown-ass adults out there willing to spend $55 on what is essentially an animation that plays when you want to run faster? Who are you guys? What do you fellas think about the $55 knife?
Fuck no. If I'm spending $55, it's going to be on something completely else.
I have to believe that More Fun would sell so many more skins just by pricing them reasonably. If a skin out of a gacha machine was reliably $5 to $10, you would make sales to more than just the most financially irresponsible players and content creators who need to put up new graphics and a thumbnail to stay current. Oh my god. It must have cost at least $100 to...
It was on sale!
As I see it, there have been two fundamental issues with ABI's gacha mechanics the whole time. A lack of value and a lack of variety or quality, depending on who you ask. If you can correct these problems, you'll sell so much premium currency you'll have to construct a Scrooge McDuck-style money vault next to the studio. First off, even calling ABI's gacha mechanics gacha is doing a huge disservice to real gachapon. Actual gacha machines don't become progressively more expensive to play as you keep putting money into them. And the items you can get from a single gacha machine have consistent values so that every possible outcome is still worth the money that you put in. There shouldn't be a grand prize to fish for or bad luck outcomes unless you have some sort of personal vendetta against, I don't know, a particular keychain in a machine full of similar keychains. If you're gonna sell one skin people want and 5 dumbass little extras like sprays and stickers, but the odds of pulling the one skin are less than 1%, that's not a gacha machine, that's a lottery ticket. Under the current system, buying currency more or less means that you're either shit at the game and need to buy money, or you're shit at math and don't realize you're about to be scammed into spending a AAA game amount of money on in-game graphics that, let's be honest, you're gonna be blind to after like a day. Skins should be something that people want to show off, but right now there's a sense that everyone wearing a skin is kind of embarrassed about it. Like, when you ask people how many times they had to play to win their skin, the answer feels like they're admitting to having done something morally wrong. That is a huge issue for a free-to-play game to have. Fundamentally, you never want a customer to walk away from any sales interaction feeling like they got ripped off, or they're probably not going to come back. That applies to everything from restaurants to furniture stores to carnival games. And don't go pretending that the gacha mechanics are meant to be like a carnival game. Real carnival games are at least fun to play because there's a skill element to them, and they're unfair by design, but the prizes come with some attached nostalgic memory of the time you won a big plush Stewie from Family Guy at the state fair, and your dad said, "Way to go, buddy, let's go get a pronto pup." You're never going to replicate that experience in a store page of a video game. Only the sense of being cheated comes through when you put money into a game, the game spins its own prize wheel, and awards you a fell for it again sticker. This experience cannot be allowed to cost people $100. You are fucking crazy. So, in response to all the very valid criticism people have had about this awful monetization for the last 9 months, you want to give us a direct purchase option starting with a $55 knife? Hey, what do you guys think about the $55 knife? You planning to pick that up?
Hell no, I'm just getting back into this game since they added the skins. Yo, can you mark where that bus is? I don't have the exclamation mark. Maybe I didn't get the quest.
Yeah, then shut the fuck up about it, you fucking retard.
What the fuck?
Damn, wow.
Are you okay?
Shut the fuck.
What?
Somebody needs a Capri Sun and a nap.
That's what I'm saying. Holy shit, dude.
It's like you guys think you're Counter-Strike, and knives are some sort of rare premium offering you'd be really lucky to have. But they're not. There's like 5 knives in the game, all arbitrarily overpriced by More Fun with infinite supplies, so the only sense of rarity comes from how few people are actually willing to pay for this junk. The knives in Counter-Strike are rare and valuable because they have an insane range of designs and are still incredibly hard to get their hands on, and crucially, there's an entire subculture of skin trading that the Counter-Strike player base has developed for many, many years at this point. The culture is such that there's an argument to be made that fishing for rare knives is, quote, an investment. But this is just a fucking ripoff. This is like showing up to a farmer's market where everything is expensive and artisanal, and you brought a bunch of cheap, identical trinkets from Temu to sell, but you're pricing them as though you made them by hand because it's a farmer's market. You think you can pull a fast one because an insanely overpriced market exists for these skins, but you haven't actually done anything that qualifies you to be there in the first place. If you want a financially significant number of people to engage with your gacha store, you gotta make that bad boy actually feel like a Japanese gacha store. And that means way, way, way more options at prices meant to actually appeal to as many people as possible. Gachapon is definitely dumb, but it's still fun to put a couple bucks into a machine to pull a little trinket out when you at least kind of like all the options and you feel like they would all be worth the asking price. That's why entire storefronts are dedicated to chest gachapon machines, so they can put out cheap, dumb little trinkets for as many kinds of potential customers as possible. They cast a wide net, which inspires people to browse, which inspires people to buy.
This is our moment. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. You did it too good.
That's what shopping is. People love shopping. I mean, it's not usually my thing, but that's because I'm actually an 8-foot-tall praying mantis from space. And even I like going to the mall to eat banchan and follow my wife around while she shops. The process of browsing and being intrigued by something you haven't seen before, to liking the price enough to buy it, that's what makes shopping fun. There have been studies on this. The secret is getting people to browse, and that means variety and value. As I previously mentioned, a real gachapon machine has a range of similar offerings all around the same price. That means when you're designing skins, you should be designing a range of skins for 5 to 6 guns at a time, all with some kind of aesthetic link between them. Of all the gacha machines I found while I was in Japan, my favorite ones were little keychains of convenience store food. I got a little pork belly meal. I mean, look how sweet this thing is. It cost me $2. I could have gotten ramen noodles, or onigiri, or chicken, or some other stuff, but any one of them would have been a sweet outcome for $2. You can't be selling one shitty snake skin for one gun for $30. You need to have 5 or 6 different guns with this same shitty snake skin, but they all cost like $5 or $6 to roll for it. You'll make way more money from the whales fishing for them all, and the rest of us have a significantly higher chance of actually buying something. You might get $5 out of me for a skin, but you will never get $20 out of me for a single gun skin. No chance. Put the crack pipe down. Now, to be fair, I actually really do like the new P90 skin. I think the cost is a little high, the design is a little silly and kind of looks like ski equipment or like a pod racing flag, but overall this is by far the best skin offering I've yet seen from ABI when you consider quality and price. If we can just get rid of all these other little side things and mix in, say, the auto shotgun, the M1A, and the MCX, all with this skin or ideally slight variations on it, that's a fucking gachapon machine. You can charge $10 a spin with more consistent offerings, and I guarantee you will sell 100 times more bonds as a result. Other gacha machines I'd like to see would include a lot of keychains. Like, I want keychains of every drink and food in the game. Price them like $2 a pop. I've already got the models, just shrink them down, or you can even make full and empty versions of each if you want to go the extra mile. I'd also like to see some special mags. I feel like magazines are a cool thing to expand on. If you took all the 60 rounders and made them look like a gold or silver bullion or something, that would be sweet. You have 1,600 employees working there. I'm sure somebody out there has seen an actual gachapon machine and knows how these should work. How are you guys fumbling this? Diversity of offerings is like the main reason gacha works. It's going to take some time to have enough offerings to start appealing to everyone, but you are never going to get there with wildly overpriced, ugly bullshit like this. I mean, you still might because gamers have absolutely no financial self-control, but I digress. I've got a lot of other thoughts on how to make gacha a genuinely fun part of the game, but I think I've said enough for now. Comment down below what kind of stuff you would actually like to see in a gacha machine, and what you would actually be willing to pay for them. This game is still new enough that we can peer pressure the devs into doing something we like.